Hello everyone, this is Data Dawn again. I'm here to talk briefly about the computer viruses and worms in 5 minutes. Virus is basically abbreviated as it's just like a normal virus that you catch in the worldwide. Computer virus is basically a piece of program which is programmed to replicate to other systems or other programs. So that's what the computer virus is. So virus is expanded as vital information resources under siege. So this is some people they expand it as in this way. So we are just going to see the overview in this next 5 minutes. What are the type of infection? What are different types of viruses? Difference between virus and a worm? How are they originated? Types of viruses, etc. So these are like one of few famous viruses like Melissa virus, I love you virus, code red worm, or also discussed in this section. So viruses are classified as email viruses, worms, Trojan horses. Email viruses is basically a program which replicates by sending emails of its own copy to other users. Okay, so it requires a user to open the virus in order to propagate. Okay, worms or does not need any human intervention. It can propagate itself to other systems without any interventions. Okay, like example, for example, code red, sasser, or those kind of worms, or ms blaster, all those worms are programmed to propagate by itself without any human intervention. Trojan horses, or like the name implicates, is basically it will come to your system as a game program or a program which is not harmful, but inside underneath its code it has some harmful functions like deleting your files or capturing your keystroke, keyloggers. It will capture your bank information, those kind of things. So virus is basically a small piece of software piggybacks on real programs. So these are like traditional virus. I mean, like these are like traditional old-fashioned viruses, wherein it infects the programs like exe or program files. So whenever those files are run, it will just it will run its own code so that it will spread faster. So when you copy an exe or any executable from some other system to your system, you should check for viruses before executing them. Okay, that's what a viruses are. These are like not that popular in today's culture because these were all programmed in ancient days, which are on 80s and 90s. So it must execute itself, it must replicate itself. Okay, these are viruses. So virus might attach itself program as a spreadsheet. For example, if in any spreadsheet or a Word document, you will have something called a macro, which is programmed in Visual. So whenever you open a Excel sheet, an event is triggered, and in that event, it is attached to spread to other Excel sheets, so that if the Excel sheet is shared to someone else, and if they open it, the code will be executed and the virus will spread to their system as well. So one of the popular virus come worm is Melissa, which was written by David L. Smith, and it spread very fast through Outlook programs. So email viruses moves around in email messages, usually replicates itself to automatically mailing itself to dozens of people in the victim's email address book, which basically whenever you open an email virus, it will scan your entire system and it will email its own copy to others in the found in your system. So usually it will disguise itself like an important email coming from you. So your friend or your known party will open that mail thinking that it's coming from you, and that's how the program spreads faster. The example is Melissa virus, like I told you. It is like a Word document which has a macro attached to it. That macro performs the emailing functions. It will email itself to the first 50 people found in the address book. And I love you virus is a small piece of virus which was written in a VB script code. It was the fastest spreading virus of all time. Worms are basically, it's a small piece of software again uses the computer networks and security holes to replicate itself. Uh, A worm, when it executes, it scans for other IP addresses for a specific security hole, and then it sends exploit code to execute itself to the other machine. It does not need any human intervention. Um, so once if it goes to a new machine, it will scan for other machines in the network, and it will start spreading like that. An example is code red. There are other examples like Sasser, MS Blast, Storm Worm, those kind of worms. Trojan Horses or a program which is disguised as other programs. For example, it may be logging your keystrokes while it is disguised as a screensaver, or it may be disguised as a game program which you will be interested in downloading and running it, but actually it harms your computer. It claims to be a game and it can erase your disk. There is no, it won't replicate. That is the main problem. So some friend can give you a game which will obviously have a Trojan horse and a hidden harmful program underneath it. So difference between viruses and worm is basically, virus, it needs a vector to propagate. For example, it may either need a Excel sheet or a Word document or another executable programs like exe, ssh, com files or elf files. So that's what a virus actually needs. But worm does not need any host. It just needs a machine actually. So it just propagates from host to host, from computer to computer. It does not infect programs. Okay. So majority of the threats are actually worms. Because of its nature, it spreads very fast and it causes massive damages. So why do people do it? A lot of people do it for thrill. Just they wanted to see what happens when they release the virus and how fast it spreads and what kind of damages it do. They are thrilled to watch things blow up. Um, some people are really interested in doing the viruses. Some people, do it for. Some people do uh, a profitable beneficial worms, which actually patches the security holes, like Belicia, which patches the Microsoft security holes. So that's what they do. Viruses show us how vulnerable we are. A properly engineered virus can have amazing effect on internet. So, for example, there is a virus called NIMDA which propagated very fast. It is a worm-come virus. It infected a lot of sites. It infected a heck lot of machines. Okay. So these are the types of viruses, which is the file infector, like it infect doc files, or exe file or com file. Boot sector viruses, which are not popular because these are like old days where they use floppy disks, so it will infect the boot sector of the floppy disks. So if you take the floppy disk and put it somewhere else, that machine will also be infected. And master boot record viruses, which basically lies in the master boot records of the hard disks, so it's very difficult to identify them and catch them. Multi-party viruses, which basically infects both disks and files. Macro viruses, like I said before, it infects like Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access File, etc. Melissa virus is like very fast virus, like I said before. Someone created as a like David created as a Word document and uploaded it into Internet News Group, and anyone who downloaded the document and opened it would trigger the virus, which basically will send to first 50 people found in the address book. It spread very fast, and it forced a number of large companies to shut down the email systems because of large number of emailing was going on at the time. I Love You virus were written by a gentleman from Philippines. It created lot of damages because it deletes the images, MP3 files, etc. It spread like really faster because of the social engineering technique that was used. It sends itself as an email message containing an attachment called love letter for you.txt, which will force you to open that email. Code-red worm is like a worm which scans, which does not need any human intervention. It spreads by itself by exploiting a security hole in Internet Information Server. It made headlines in 2001 because it infected a lot of machines in the wild. So it replicated itself for the first 20 days. For each month replaces web pages of infected. So if you open a web page which was infected by the worm, you will see the hacked by Chinese web page. Okay. It also was programmed to launch coordinated attack on White House website. So these are some common symptoms of infections, like programs will take longer to load than normal. A computer hard drive is constantly runs out of free space. Floppy disks, nobody uses it, but it will be used when you're not using it. So new files keep appearing on the system and you don't know where it came from. Okay, sometimes you get some strange beeping sounds, some strange graphics, unable to access the hard drive and booting from floppy disks. Program sizes keep changing. So these are the symptoms of infections. So how to protect yourself from viruses? It's very important. So you should have a very good antivirus in your system, which is up to date with its signature. So you have to run the live update or whatever they want you to run. So you should keep it up to date so that you are not infected by any new virus at the time. And also you should install all the security patches in your computer so that no new worms propagate to your system. So get the latest antivirus software, like I said before. Make sure you have latest security patches, hot fixes in the Windows update. Use a hot-based firewall. Use a firewall is very important. Backup your important files. Conclusion: just be aware, new infections out there. So take precautionary measures. Always back up your data. Keep up to date antivirus software. Simply avoid programs from unknown sources. Thank you very much. I think I took more than 5 minutes. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe. Please write to me at dataron@gmail.com. Thanks very much. Bye.